Today, Kevin and I are going to be trying the new Pillsbury. This is a Moist Supreme cake and frosting. This is the pistachio cake and whipped pistachio frosting from Pillsbury. The cake was $1.37 and the frosting was $1.86, and those are from Walmart. And they have like a baking section out in the center for seasonal flavors. This to me is not seasonal, it's just new, but it was on that display as well. So the frosting's for later. We're just going to deal with the cake. What you want to do is you want to preheat your oven at 350 degrees, and you want to coat the bottom of a pan, a non-stick cooking pan, with shortening and a flour dusting. You're going to need a cup of water, a half a cup of oil, and 3 eggs to make this mix. You want to beat your cake mix, water, oil, and eggs in a bowl with mixer on medium speed for 2 minutes, and then pour the batter into the pan. So that's what we're going to do. Literally take this and then mix the 4 items here and beat it together. And you could probably do this by hand if you wanted to. Wow. That has some food coloring. But you could do it by hand if you, yeah. It has yellow 5, blue 1, and red 40. So I just keep wondering what these companies are going to do when they can't use red 40 anymore, because there will come a time when they cannot use the red 40 anymore. So I don't know why they don't just go ahead and do it now instead of waiting. Okay, so we're just going to mix all these together. Pour this into the pan. And Kevin made the observation that this is very, very runny. Most of our cake mixes are very runny compared to the UK. In the UK, they are thick, but they do not use oil in their cake mixes usually. So I'm going to pour this all into the bottom of this pan. And then I'm going to make sure it's even. Now, if you wanted to use a bundt pan, you could, but I'm going to use that whipped frosting, so I didn't want to put it in a bundt pan. But if you want to make cupcakes, you could. You could do 2 8-inch rounds. You could do 2 9-inch rounds. It's just, it's whatever you want to do. But I'm doing a 9 by 13. So I'm going to let this bake for 30 to 34 minutes. I'm going to go right in the middle, and I'm going to go for 32 minutes. This is how the cake looks. I did let it bake for 32 minutes, and it was the perfect amount of time. It's just lightly brown on the top. So now you want to let it cool completely before frosting. So I'm just going to let it sit here. It'll probably sit here for an hour, and then I'll come back to frost it. This has been sitting for about an hour. It's completely cooled off. So now we're going to move on to the whipped pistachio frosting. It says naturally and artificially flavored. Normally I do not buy the whipped frosting. Normally I buy regular frosting, but they only had the whipped option.
Wow.
It's green. There was nothing else to choose. So it was whipped or nothing. And of course you don't have to buy pistachio to go with the pistachio, but I am, because we've never had it. I will tell you that I always try the dough, the batter, before I bake it. Like if there's any left in the KitchenAid, the mixer, I will get a little spoonful, and just to see how it tastes. This tasted very earthy, and so then after I baked it, it smelled earthy once it was baked. So I do really like pistachio, and I don't know. You just never know how these are going to come out. I'm going to reserve judgment, of course, till we try it. but I'm hoping it will not taste as earthy as it smells. Use that whole container of frosting. I'm gonna cut us a piece. Still look green?
Yeah.
Yes.
St. Patrick's Day.
So the cake, you really cannot go by the calories at all because the oil, you added a half a cup of oil. That's a lot of oil, and that's a lot of calories. And then you have calories for each egg. So really, calories, if you're gonna eat the cake, just eat the cake, right? But for the powder, it is 43 grams, is 160 calories. And then for the frosting, again, you would have to weigh it out. 14 servings, 2 tablespoons, 24 grams is 100 calories. So that, and the rest of the information, like carbs, whatever, that's going to be at the end of the video. So whatever you are interested in, you'll find it in the pictures. You just have to get ready to pause. So here we go. You know, you said St. Patrick's Day. I thought the Grinch.
Either way.
They should have brought this out at Christmas, before Christmas, and they could have done the Grinch. Or they could have called it Christmas tree, or, I mean, okay.
They have like Grinch themed things, and it's just green dyed cake. I mean, it's not as earthy as I thought it would be.
No, it is about the same as the raw dough. Is what I tried with the batter.
I thought it was gonna be really, really like bad. Mm-hmm. It's not that bad. It's not like matcha is a much stronger, earthier flavor than this.
Mm-hmm. It's funny because I still get the underlying flavor of the cake itself.
Cake, yeah.
Yes. So even though you taste pistachio, you still, it has that cake with, you know, the flour and the egg and all that. There's just a basic cake flavor, and it still has that.
Yeah.
This, as someone who, I like pistachios, can buy a bag of raw pistachios and crack them out of the shells and eat them. I would just rather not have this cake. It is just not something that I desire. And I think pistachios right now are having their time. They're having their day.
I'm sure the companies are loving it.
Oh yes, they're having their 5 minutes of fame right now. But can I imagine this cake staying around? No. I think this will be one that years from now, people will be like, oh, I wish they would bring that back out again, until they do bring it back out again. And you're like, that's why we didn't want it to begin with. Because I don't think this will be something that is necessary at all.
No, I have to say though, as someone that really doesn't love pistachio, I don't mind it. I don't mind it at all. It's got a good flavor. It's sweet. I think if it hadn't been sweet, I would have not liked it at all. But it is sweet. I've tried the cake by itself. I've tried frosting by itself. It does have a little touch of that earthy flavor, but it's not bad. It's not
as bad as it was raw.
Right.
Because raw, it was like, oh, this is very strong.
Yeah. But the thing is though, if you love pistachios, it's probably a little tame for you, honestly. Like if you really want that really rich pistachio flavor,
right?
I think you're going to be a little disappointed that it doesn't have more pistachio flavor.
You might.
You would have to like sprinkle pistachios on top.
I was going to say that would be a cool idea if you bought some and crushed them and then put them on top.
Yeah, and then it would increase that flavor. And then if you don't necessarily like pistachio, this is not going to sway you to like, oh, I'm going to go buy one of these, because why would you? You know, so it's going to have an audience that's kind of in the middle somewhere.
I just can't imagine if I lived on Wisteria Lane and I showed up
with
the green cake. Heads would roll. I think Bree Vandekamp would be very upset over this cake.
Well, I mean, I was wondering if maybe you could use it in something else, like you know, they have they use cake mixes in other things, other kind of desserts. I'm wondering if you could use this maybe in something else. But
now
I don't
that
know.
you say that,
like a bar or something like that.
Okay, this on the back, I didn't think of a thing about it till you just said that. they have a spumoni ice cream cake. And so they're telling you how to make this spumoni ice cream cake, and it has a picture on the back. It looks a lot prettier when it's covered up. It looks like it has strawberry and chocolate ice cream in the middle, like between the two layers. And then on the top, it's covered with white glaze and a cherry and everything. It looks a lot better with a white glaze. So I
The green
think
frosting is a little...
the green frosting is a little like, okay. But it's not bad. It's not one that I would ever desire to buy again in my whole life. But it's not bad.
Yeah. I was expected to hate it. I don't hate it.
Yeah.
I don't love it, but I don't hate it.
Right. So I hope you enjoyed the video, and thanks for watching.